Hello friends, welcome to a new episode of Drishti IAS editorial analysis. In this editorial analysis, we do three things. First of all, we link the editorial to the UPSC syllabus. Secondly, we try to understand the key points of the editorial. And thirdly, if any key concepts have come in the editorial and are important from exam point of view, we also discuss that. So let's begin today's editorial analysis. Today's editorial has been taken from the Hindu and it has appeared on 1st of June. The title of the editorial is Land of the Unfree, and it talks about America and the race relations. And it says that America is in great need of legislative reform that supports a pluralist ethos. And let us look at the linkage with the syllabus. So it links directly with GS paper 2 because it deals with international relations. So it is basically dealing with the race riots that have happened in parts of United States over the killing of an Afro-American man. So this comes under international relations. So after establishing this linkage with the syllabus, now let us look at the key points. Before moving on to the key points, let us look at the map of United States of America. So here we can see the United States of America, and this is the mainland of United States, and also Alaska is a part of United States which it bought from Russia, and here Hawaii. So these three are the parts of United States, and United States shares a very long border with Canada, which is also known as the 49th parallel. And this is the longest border between any two countries because USA is the third largest country in the world in terms of area as well as in terms of population, while Canada is the fourth largest country in the world in terms of area. So any country which is coming in the news, one should always look it up on the atlas because questions can be asked on it. Now let us look at some other facts related to United States of America. So the population of USA is around 32 crores and the area is 98,26,630 square kilometers, and it is third largest in terms of area as well as in terms of population, and it has 50 states plus District of Columbia where we have the Washington DC, which is its capital. And in 17th century, settlers moved from Europe to the New World as it was called then, and they established colonies and displaced the native people, which were the native Indians, and it declared independence from Britain on July 4, 1776. And US always has been known as a nation of immigrants. And another important thing is the American Civil War, which was fought between 1860 to 1865. And there were two reasons given for this American Civil War. One was to end slavery, which it did not, and the other was to keep USA complete or whole, which it succeeded in doing. So after learning about these basic facts about US, now let us look at the key points of the editorial. So race relations have been always very strained in United States, and it is not the very first time that the race relations have erupted into riots. So in 1992, Toni Morrison said American means white and everybody else has to hyphenate. So that we see in Afro Americans, Mexican Americans, be it any ethnic identity, you have to use a hyphenation. But if you say that you are an American, it invariably means that you are a white American. So this is the kind of inherent racism which is evident in the United States. And shockingly, the ban on interracial marriages in a state of US called Alabama was repealed only in 2000. So one can understand that how much conservative some of the US states have been. And another important fact to note is that out of the first 12 US presidents, 8 were slave owners. So they themselves had owned slaves and therefore they were not keen on removing slavery or abolishing slavery. Also, a Pew study of 2017, it showed that the median income of white households was 10 times greater than the black households. So this shows the economic disparity as well. And if we talk about the number of prisoners in jails, there also the blacks are represented disproportionately. So the most prisoners are from the Afro-American community. So these are the kind of statistics which show that US has a long way to travel in becoming a racially equal society, even after having a black president for 8 years in Barack Obama. So now let us look at the key points. So the editorial deals with the unrest in USA, and it says that the racial tension in US is rising. And there has been reports of violence and rioting coming from the state of Minnesota. And under this Minnesota, the major incident has happened in the city called Minneapolis. And what was the trigger for this incident? The trigger was the killing of a person named George Floyd, who was an Afro American, and he was killed in police action. And the incident was a fallout of using a fake $20 note. So George Floyd went to a store and he gave a fake $20 note, which the person did not realize while taking it, but later on he called the police. And when the police arrived on the scene, George Floyd was made to lie down on the ground and a policeman put his knee over his neck. And it continued for almost 8.5 minutes, where he kept pleading that he is not able to breathe. But the policeman did not relent. And there were many onlookers who also video recorded the incident, and they also pleaded with the police for letting him go. But the police personnel did not relent, and finally he died. And when this video went viral, protests erupted, and there were some cases of rioting and killing of people as well. And the editorial says that it follows a familiar pattern where the victim is an Afro American male and it was a law and order situation which was a use of $20 fake note. And there was this police high handedness which is always seen, especially when the police is dealing with the minorities, especially Afro Americans. And there have been many such incidents over the year. And now there is a fear among the Black Americans that if they want to go for a jog or jogging in the morning, then there is a fear that while running they can be shot or can be arrested by the police because there is lot of racial profiling going on. So this is a very depressing situation for the Afro Americans and all minorities in the US. And because of these incidents becoming commonplace over the years, a campaign was launched saying that Black Lives Matter. And we'll see about this in the key concept section. And the main idea behind this campaign is to make sure that the black lives are not taken for granted and the police high-handedness stops. Another major factor which is causing these racial tensions to rise is the election year in US, and the temperatures are rising because of that also. Especially President Trump, who is known to speak his mind and who has very dim view of the minorities. So he also made a comment on Twitter, which is an online platform, it censored and it masked the comment and added a fact check to the comment made by President Trump. Now this did not go well with the White House, and there are two opinions with this, whether there should be censorship and whether the platform should be doing it, or there should be freedom of speech. So the jury is still out on censorship on social media and who should be doing it, or there should be freedom of speech totally. But the jury is still out on this, and let us see how this gets resolved in the future. Now the President Trump's tweets, the Twitter felt that these were glorifying violence against the protesters, and that is why it hit them. And in one of these tweets, President Trump had called these protesters thugs. And also he had used a statement that when the looting starts, the shooting starts. Now this is a very infamous statement, and this was first used by a police chief in 1967 in Miami when he was asked that why there was very less violence in the black neighborhoods under his jurisdiction. So he had commented that when the looting starts, shooting starts, which was a way of intimidating the blacks, that if they come out to protest or if they indulge in any kind of violence or arson, then the police would be shooting at them. Now later on, President Trump clarified that he just used the statement as a fact and he did not mean it as a statement or his point of view. But with all this happening in US, it has been proved that racial tensions are very much there in the US society. And in 2014, also after the killing of an Afro-American, there were cases of riots and violence. And the same has been repeated this time as well. Because the underlying cause, that is the racial inequality, remains unaddressed. Finally, the editorial suggests that legislative reforms need to happen in the US, which will curb the use of excessive force by police against minorities, and also ensure punishment for hate crimes, which is certain and severe. Also, it has to take action against the workplace discrimination which happens against the migrant workers and minorities. Also, the inhuman treatment of migrants at the border, which is having the sanction of the government, that must also stop. Only then the American dream, which is much admired the world over, will be true for everybody who claims to be American. Otherwise, it will just remain a mirage for many. So, what is the American dream? So, the American dream is that any person, irrespective of in what class or position he or she is born, he or she can aspire to achieve success in life. So, that is the American dream, and that is what America has always been known for, and that is what has attracted so many people to migrate to America, the American dream. And for that to become a reality, the racial equality has to be ensured by the government. So that is all in the key points of the editorial. Now let us look at the key concepts. In key concepts, let us look at the Black Lives Matter campaign. So it is an international activist movement originating in the African American community that campaigns against violence and systemic racism towards black people. And it regularly holds protests speaking out against police killings of black people and broader issues such as racial profiling, police brutality, and racial inequality in the United States criminal justice system. And this Black Lives Matter was formed on July 13, 2013. And the movement began with the use of this hashtag called Black Lives Matter on social media after the acquittal of George Zimmerman in the shooting death of African American teen Trayvon Martin in February 2012. And this has gained a lot of traction the world over. And even in this recent race riots, this Black Lives Matter is in the prominence. So this was about Black Lives Matter. Now let us look at the kind of questions that can be asked in PT and mains based on this editorial. So in prelims, one can be asked about in which state of the US these race riots took place recently, or maybe the name of the city. So one should be aware about Minnesota is the state and Minneapolis is the city. And one can also be asked about the Black Lives Matter campaign, where it was started and when. So in 2013 it was started and in US. And then one can be asked about the slavery abolishment. So the 14th Amendment of the US Constitution, that has abolished the slavery. And again, US Civil War and such things are part of the world history, which one should be aware of. And in mains, basically the question can be on the race relations in US. And also a question can be asked on the censorship on social media, whether it should be done by the platform or by some other independent authority, because there are both pros and cons of censorship, especially of social media, and one should be aware of both sides. Also, because this is a election year in US, so there can be a question on the US political system as well and how it compares with the Indian political system. So on all these things, one should be prepared. So this was all in today's editorial analysis. We'll see you next time with another editorial. Thank you.